Okay, so here we are. We're at Yucca Tap Room. I have some questions about Halloween, and people had answers.
Now on a dark and stormy night, not a star was in sight. In a graveyard by a church way up on the hill. Well, the ghost come.
We had three basic questions that we asked a lot of people, and, well, I think they're pretty basic. Number one, what was your favorite Halloween memory? Number two, best and worst candy. And number three, favorite outfit you dressed up as. Here are some of the comments that we got.
One that shot my great-grandpa.
And we're going to start everything off with Will from the band Lucifer. I asked him to say his name, but he doesn't have to. I'll do it for him. And if you had a choice, what is the best and possibly the worst Halloween candy?
The best Halloween candy is when you get a payday bar. You know, you get those little tiny ones sometimes. They're hard to come by. Those are some classy Halloween treats. You know, you got the caramel, and you got like the peanuts. Excellent snack. I would say the worst, to me, Sweet Tarts. I'm going to say Sweet Tarts. Don't care for them.
Favorite Halloween costume?
I went as a nun a couple years ago. That was a good time, getting to wear a dress and a cool hat. And just getting to party as a nun. It's a good time.
Pregnant or not?
I was not at the time.
Fair enough. Will, thank you so much.
Come on, do your duty and carry me home. But that old ghost looked up to me and said,
I got you where I want you. I'm gonna keep you where I got you. For you the one that shot my great-grandpa.
All right, I'm with John from Mosara. This is the release show for their brand new Mosara album that is coming out really, really soon.
Favorite candy? Candy corn. And you can email me and DM me with all your hate mail. It's fine. My third question was favorite Halloween costume that I wore was 2010. I came as an Iraqi protester, and that is exclusively on my OnlyFans, so you have to pay for that picture, and I will send it to you for proof.
Hit up John Quinn on OnlyFans, and you'll find it all out. The new album from Mosara is coming out, and Tony, do you got anything you could add to that? Favorite and or worst candy to get on Halloween?
Well, I'm going to diss my boy here. Worst is candy corn. But my favorite will probably be the old candy cigarettes. I don't even know if they still make those anymore.
Oh, yeah. Now, are you going with the ones that are all sugar or the ones that have the bubble gum inside where you blow it out and they got the smoke?
The all sugar that had all the kids hyped up and running around in circles for hours.
Fantastic. And finally, what was your favorite costume?
My favorite costume? I couldn't pinpoint one. All I do know is that everyone was a plastic face mask that you sweated your balls off to.
Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, and by the way, I'm going to be asking a bunch of people tonight, and I didn't think that I would hear candy corn as the favorite because I got to tell you, it's mine too. All right.
Oh, my man.
Let's go down to the haunted house. Gonna be a party there tonight. All the zombies who dig cha-cha-cha, 1 o'clock they're gonna come in sight. Cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha with the zombies, cha-cha with the zombies. Have you ever seen a swinging ghost?
I'm now with Mike from the band Lucifer at the Mosara release show, and we've got the questions. We know them already. What is your favorite and or worst candy to get on Halloween?
I think my favorite is everyone's worst, and it's dots. I don't know why, I just like the dots.
It's the chewiness, I think.
Everyone hates them. Yeah, I like them. They're perfect to me.
Fair. And favorite costume?
I dressed as Pat from It's Pat and SNL, and I did that 2 years in a row, and it was epic costume.
Oh, fantastic. And now we are with this other gentleman. He is one of the newest members of the band Lucifer. His name is Christian. He shreds on guitar. If you haven't heard it, you got to get out to a show and see them live. Now, Christian, if we're talking about candy, best and worst.
So my favorite, anything dark chocolate, that's the best. But if you're making something homemade, that's not what we're knocking on your door for.
Okay, so no cookies and no like pennies in aluminum foil?
Yeah, if you have pretzels, like, get out of here.
All right, fair enough. And finally, favorite Halloween costume?
A couple years ago, I used my little brother's Kick-Ass Halloween costume. It was about 3 sizes too small, but it was a great Halloween costume. Kick-Ass is a great movie.
So basically, people knew you were crazy, but when you wore that outfit, they could clearly see your nuts.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I was at Tempe Halloween for the skate park thing, too. So, yeah, it was pretty suspect wearing that costume. But yeah.
Guys, thank you. Born Pissed is out now. You got another release coming out anytime soon? You working on new material?
After this next couple shows, we have got like half of something kind of worked out. So something coming soon for sure.
All right, guys. Killer. Thank you so much. So this Mosara release show is pretty something else, and there are so many people, so many different bands, so many different people. Now, I have JR here. If you're not familiar, JR is the lead singer and guitarist for the band Stonewitch. And I also have Wade Von Boggs here. I don't know where I want to say he is going to or where he was from right now, but let me tell you, he is a very important person in the scene. We're going to talk to him in just a minute. But JR, favorite thing you've just dressed up as?
I did a Halloween party at my house, and the theme was Black Mass. And at midnight, I performed this mock Black Mass, and I dressed up like this evil satanic pope. And I made this whole fucking crazy glittery pope costume with a devil mask, and I gave this like speech and this mock sacrament and stuff. It was pretty fun. It was fun to get in character.
So does Ghost owe anything to you right now?
Honestly, I have to admit that there was a lot about my costume that definitely mirrored a lot of what Ghost has done. Yes, for sure. But I have to admit that I didn't know of the band Ghost at that time.
That's fair.
I do now, but then I didn't. So I feel like it was still kind of an organic thought.
I think they might owe you. And now, so Wade is over there, and he's here you are. Now, do you have a favorite Halloween moment?
So I have to say is when I met my lovely wife, because I am from foreign.
Right.
I am not from the U.S. of states. So when I met my wife, we did the Halloween trick-or-treating, all that kind of stuff, and that was probably the first time I actually went trick-or-treating was with my stepson.
Oh, no kid. Did you not do that where you were from?
That is not a thing that happens in the Europes and, where I'm from. It's a very American tradition. It is not exactly a European or any sort of Romanian thing.
And have you dressed up as anything? Anything a favorite?
This year, we're trying to be characters from What We Do in the Shadows at Disneyland. At Disneyland. So we're trying to be creepy people at Disneyland.
I love this. Now, pardon me, I don't know, because I'm East Coast, from East Coast. Now, JR, have you ever been a part of Mischief Night, Gate Night, Hell Night, any of that? Are you familiar with it?
No. I've never heard of this.
Now, Wade, are you a fan?
I am not aware of this tradition.
Okay, so this was like the day before, and it was like when all the...
Devil's Night.
Yeah, when everything... Okay, Devil's Night. Okay, so...
Detroit.
Now, what went on a Devil's Night?
So, carnage. I mean, it was just a night they literally would arson, like all over Detroit. And my parents are from Flint, and they moved out of there in the 80s. But yeah, Devil's Night is the night before Halloween. And they say it's the veil between the living and the dead is the thinnest that it is, all year on that night. And so it's a time to raise hell and, bring a little bit of it to this plane, so to speak.
I like the pretty lights.
A little bit of mischief.
Criminality, I think.
Indeed. Like, people, where I was, it was flour. It was a lot of food. It was flour, it was eggs, shaving cream was everywhere, toilet paper and all that stuff. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
There's an old deserted mansion on an old forgotten road where the better ghosts and goblins always hang out. One night they threw a party in a manor a la mode, and they cordially invited all the gang out. At a dark, bewitching hour.
This Mosara release show is absolutely incredible, and I am with
Garrett Unterreiner of Collapsian.
And
Antone Frolic of Collapsian.
All right, we got you both here. Now, we're going to start out with the first question. And what is that first question? Let's see. We're going to talk about Halloween. Best Halloween moment.
Best Halloween moment was getting very drunk at a Halloween party and then walking 3 miles to get Mexican food at 2 a.m.
Was it worth it?
It was not worth it, but people were a fan of my costume, which we'll get to later, at the Mexican restaurant. So it was a fun time.
Arriba, I like this. Now, sir, what is your best Halloween moment?
Oh, for me, I guess it's as a child, like growing up in Wyoming, like you got to think like the snow's already hitting by then, so you're like a little kid, like in a fucking torrential blizzard downpour shit going on. That was good times. Like I have a lot of memories as a kid, just like
it was already snowing at that time of year.
Yeah, it definitely. It's couldn't start as soon as now, really. Yeah.
Oh God, no thanks, man. I came out here so I don't have to shovel sunshine,
Maybe.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna talk about some Halloween candy. What is the best and worst Halloween candy?
Best Halloween candy, I'm gonna go with Swedish Fish. I think the worst for me might be Almond Joy.
Almond Joy. That is a very interesting poll. Just heard from somebody else. It's their best. It's their favorite. So. Different strokes, different folks.
What you talking about, Lou?
Now, I know he said he likes the Nuts, so he's a Mounds fan. Are you a fan of the Nuts as well?
I think if I had to pick, I'd go Almond Joy over Mounds, though.
Fair enough, sir. Now, Anton, best and worst Halloween candy?
Yeah, any full-size candy bars they're willing to give out. This is the good houses. And then the freaking candy corn phenomenon, I'm on that side where I don't get that, my wife buys it every year, and it's not for me, These are the biggest buckets of candy corn, You can't get like a 2-ounce bag of that shit.
I got to tell you, I've talked to a couple people tonight. Candy corn is a major plus and or minus. We've got a lot going on there. But, you talked a minute ago about the costume. Let's talk about it. What was the costume?
So my best Halloween costume was Sexy Jesus. So I had the robe, I had a sash, and then I was wearing fishnets, and there was a slit in the robe so you could pop a leg out. I got a lot of free weed that night.
Fantastic. That sounds amazing. Love it. And, sir, favorite moment?
Oh, I would say one year I was a very beautiful lady, and it felt right.
Every once in a while it does. Look at this. I have 2 more people from the band Collapsian. Please introduce yourself.
This is Chad, the drummer. Good to see you again.
This is Tom, the vocalist.
Okay, now we've got 3 easy questions for you, and it's all going to be about Halloween. Now, we've got these questions. They're really basic and really easy. The first question is, what is your favorite Halloween moment?
Favorite Halloween moment? Probably as a kid, where Anton and I grew up in Wyoming, we used to go trick-or-treating, and the weather would change
Holy shit.
in like October, and it would get so when Halloween came around, it was either great and the weather hadn't broken, or it was fucking miserable and snow everywhere. So I remember like going trick-or-treating as a kid, and I dressed up like a nerd, like a dork, and I wore water socks as the shoes, and then I took my happy ass out to go fucking trick-or-treating, and it snowed like crazy, and like my feet got super numb when I got up at the top of the hill, and I had to like walk back down because I couldn't feel my feet. So it was a terrible moment, but certainly my most memorable.
All right, we'll get back to this because this snow thing seems to be an issue, but we have to talk to you, sir. Favorite Halloween moment?
The most memorable that... Oh, man. Last time I really recall a Halloween, I ate like 5 grams of mushrooms and was actually here at Yucca Tap Room wearing a unicorn onesie.
We're going to move forward. Favorite Halloween candy?
Favorite Halloween candy? Probably like whatchamacallits, or anything with like wafers and like crispy but chocolate. It's
worst Halloween candy? Razor blades.
Okay, yeah, that'll definitely cut your teeth. But it'll scrape off the dead skin and the enamel, and it could possibly break a tooth. But I mean, let's look at all the positives, really. You're going to get the caramel off, and that's the best part.
Time to get some.
Indeed. Gentlemen, thank you. You absolutely crushed tonight. We're looking forward to the new material. We heard one of the songs. We have anything, or 2 of the songs. Ah, nice. Now, what do we got? How much time? We're fleshing it out. We're thinking maybe something in 23?
Oh, yeah. We've got 3 to 4 songs nailed. So we're going to definitely record those sooner than later and then figure out a release strategy. It'd be really rad to do like a split with a band or 2. That'd be cool. Or we just put out like 3 or 4 songs and then just finalize and start working on the other stuff we've been working on. And yeah, just constant progression and learning how to write with each other and taking riffs. Like he's got riff ideas and he does, and everybody's got ideas. We've been throwing it in the pot. So yeah, man, it's we're firing on all cylinders for the first time in a long time. I feel very fortunate to have like a functioning, legit band where everybody's on the same page and adds stuff in. It's been a hell of a ride, man, and we're fucking stoked. We got all sorts of cool shit coming.
Twist on a line till the quarter to 9 will hold you. You can do it again till the quarter to 10 will go home. But at the stroke of midnight when the clock strikes 12, you better come a-running my way, yeah. At the stroke of midnight when the clock strikes 12, you better run over and stay.
Oh, man, there's so many people to talk to. Right now, I am with...
Brendan from Collapsian.
Yes, we had an interview a little over a year ago, and now we got just a few more questions. What was your favorite Halloween moment?
Halloween moment?
Yeah.
Ooh. Trick-or-treating as a kid.
Okay. Perfect, man. Now, speaking of that, there's candy you like, candy maybe you didn't like. What was your favorite candy to get?
I liked Bit O' Honey.
The brain is useless. We must find another brain.
You know, I haven't seen Shane from Via Vengeance, and also going back to the band Source. Loving this dude. He's one of my best friends. And we got to talk a little bit about Halloween, and the first question is, what is your best Halloween moment?
Best Halloween moment is smashing pumpkins as a kid and ringing the doorbell and leaving.
Oh, see now I thought you were going somewhere else. Somebody was mentioning a concert. I thought you were talking about the actual band, but you're going rogue. So this is was this like on a mischief night, hell night, gate night?
Yeah, junior high.
If we had to pick a candy, what would be the best and worst?
So, best would definitely be Reese's peanut butter cups. Worst, Peeps.
Peeps?
Hate those motherfuckers.
Not even frozen?
Say what?
Okay, so here's the thing. I talked to Tony and I talked to John right before the set, and now my ears are ringing, my head's bleeding from orifices that I didn't even know existed. Mosara just played and they absolutely crushed it, and I'm with Nikos and Mr. Burns. And we've got a few questions. And the first one is, what is your favorite Halloween moment? Nikos.
The favorite moment would be when Michael Myers doesn't die in any of the movies. That's my favorite Halloween moment.
I got you. See, you're the first one. You're the first one that caught on to that. I got you. And Chris, what do you got?
Well, my favorite Halloween moment, what sticks in my mind, about 4 years ago, my older son, he was about 9 or 10 at the time, he went as Luke Skywalker, as Red 5, Episode 4, New Hope.
Fair enough. Now, speaking of candy, so the next question, best and worst candy to get on Halloween.
Okay, the best, there's two. The Nerds, I love the Nerds. The strawberry grape combo, the little ones, and then also the Fun Dip. Fun Dip is like my generation, which I just dated myself. But yeah, I don't know if they give out Fun Dip anymore, but those are the best. The worst are the apples with the razor blades that cut you. I didn't like that one at all. That wasn't a fun ride.
Well, yeah, I was talking to one of the guys from Collapsian, and he's a Milk Dud fan, so he likes caramel, and he found that the razor blades actually help get the caramel off the teeth. So it's got a positive.
I can't get away from a vision of dreams, intimate glimpses of intimate things, a voice in my heart like a torch singer sings. I wonder who's kissing her now. The house is haunted by the echo of your favorite song.
Now, Chris, do you have a favorite or worst candy?
Wow, shoot, I was gonna say Milky Way because it's like the caramel and the nougat and no fucking nuts. It's candy. You don't need nuts.
Right.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Milky Way. But just those cubes of caramel, just pure caramel, were great too.
Yeah, like a Brock's or something.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go with the Milky Way overall. Yeah.
Okay. And how can everybody contact Mosara?
You can contact us through our Bandcamp page, any of the socials. I mean, we do them all. I think we even have a tweet. I don't know, something like that. But the best way if you're going to buy merch would be through our Bandcamp page.
Right on. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Killer set. You crushed it.
Why even Dracula will be there. It's time for games, it's time for fun, not for just one, but for everyone. The jack-o'-lanterns are all lit up, all the dummies are made and stuff. By just looking you will see, it's this time of year again. It's Halloween, it's Halloween. All the kids are happy and gay, there doesn't seem to be a cloud in their way. But when it's over and they had all their fun, they wish that Halloween had just begun.
doomtoompodcast@gmail.com. Huge thank you, as always, goes to Ian from No Masters Audio for doing all things sound for the Doom Tomb podcast. CraniumRadio.com, each and every Sunday, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a show. It's the Doom Tomb. You should listen to it. It is a great show, not just because I'm there, but because we play all the finest in the brand new music, everything in the heavy underground, and a lot of stuff you didn't even know that you needed to hear. That is 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I know that the clock change is coming, so things are going to rotate a little bit, especially over here in Arizona. I'm going to start an hour later, but that's just to keep in time with Eastern Standard Time. Okay, is that it? No, that is not it. Not even by a long shot. The Palo Verde Lounge in Tempe, Arizona. There is a show. It is Goya in the Company of Serpents and the band Abrams. It's going to be a blowout show. It's November 3rd of 2022. You are not going to want to miss it. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Like I said before, doomtoompodcast@gmail.com. That is how to reach us. You can reach us all across social media. Let us know when you hear this episode if you liked it, if you didn't, or, whatever. It don't matter. I just want to hear from you. Let me know what you got, all right? Thanks, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Get out to those shows. Stay spooky. Buy that band merch. And don't forget to stay heavy. And pick up some delicious Halloween treats, because sugar is delicious. Halloween.